What's up, guys? This is a review that I've been wanting to do for about a month now, and that's basically a review on the Wii U Pro Control generic one that is from eBay. And I think Amazon probably also will sell this as well. So this is how it looks, and I'm going to do a quick comparison. This is the official controller, and side by side with the generic. One thing you can obviously notice is the lack of the Wii U logo on the generic one, which makes perfect sense. They can't brand it. Other than that, the buttons are darker. The color are darker than the official, which makes really no difference. But all the same markings are there, so you know what buttons are which. Other than that, the obvious thing you'll know from the back is just the lack of, the branding as well. This one having all the official stuff, and this one just being really basic and generic. Now, first thing I noticed the first thing I noticed when I got it is the official one obviously makes a more, I guess, like smoother clicking sound, and you can tell that it feels like, it's not cheap, which is really good. And you'll obviously notice from when you use the generic one that the buttons are louder, which is the case with most generic controllers in general, not just for the Wii U, that the buttons will sound a bit louder. But I can tell you, they work just fine. I've played a lot of Super Smash Bros. 4, I've played a lot of Mario Kart 8, and I've played Bayonetta with this controller, and it's really good. I've played also those same games with the official controller, and even though, of course, I would say the official controller is going to be better than generic, you gotta think about it like this. The official one is $50, I believe, retail, not on sale, whereas this one only cost me $8.99 with free shipping. And the cool thing about it, actually, real quick, is it actually came in this box. And the reason why it's cool that it came in this box is that if you're someone who, like me, who's ordered a bunch of controllers and stuff from eBay, testing out, like generic controllers, this or that, I do a lot of testing just to make sure for for when I have people over to have other controllers, because some of them I'm like, I don't really think I need to spend $50 on another Pro Control when I'm not going to be using that second Pro Control all the time. It's just kind of like for when people come over. And for that, I think getting generic isn't too bad, because think about it. If you have 4 people and you have one Pro Control, you're going to have to buy, 3 Pro Controls, $150 plus tax. And who really wants to do that when it's only for temporary reasons for people coming over? So it comes in this box, which is really cool. And inside the box, I've already taken everything out, is actually a manual, which looks like it's been printed over, as you can see. But, I mean, you don't really need a manual, honestly, for this. Other than that, it comes with, actually put the controller in here. It was actually put in here. So they actually wrapped it up nicely, which is pretty cool. And it even had, like, this is tape that was on the controller, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, the last thing, for those who know, the Wii U Pro Control actually is a rechargeable controller, which is awesome. It comes with the charger, which is in this bag, and, well, the cord. And for those who want to see the cord, of course, the cord is right here. It is black as opposed to the, let me get it over here, where is it? As opposed to the official gray cord that the, official Wii U Pro Control comes in. This is a better cord, made better. I think it's longer, if I'm not mistaken, but the generic cable is not too bad. It's a thinner cable, but it does the job. All you needed to do is to charge your controller. I believe from the last time I checked this a while ago, I believe that this actually cannot charge the official controller, as well as the official cable cannot charge the generic cable, which is a really odd thing to me. I thought they would both work, but that's something to keep in mind. Don't think that if you have, generic and official controllers, that they can just charge each other. You will need the separate controller, so that's something to keep in mind. But I love this. I've had this for a month now, and it works really well. A friend of mine comes over and uses it too, to play Smash Bros, to play, like I said, to play Mario Kart, and to play other games as well, Donkey Kong Country, and it works really, really well. So it's a great controller, and I really recommend it. If you're just looking for a controller to you know, just to have for someone to come over to play 2-player, 3-player, whatever. And this is the controller I would say to go with, because I mean, you don't really need to spend $50 on a controller that's not going to be used all that much, and this one works really well. As far as a charge, because I know that's something else probably people will ask, I've only had to fully charge it once. I have charged it one time other than that, just to, you know, put a little bit more juice in it, but it wasn't dying. So honestly, this holds a really good charge, just like the official. Any of those people who use the official know that control lasts for a really long time. And then of course you need to charge it, and then you know where the hell your cable is, because you don't really need to charge it all that much, unlike the gamepad, which the gamepad actually dies pretty quickly in a few hours. So yeah, really good controller. I guess I'll cut to some footage now that I'll use actually playing a game with it. I guess I'll test it out with Smash Bros or something, and you guys can see. So I'll cut to that right now. Alright guys, so this is now the demonstration of actually showing the controller. So I have the first player as the generic one, and then I have the second player as the official one. So just going through the menu, I'm going to be using Toon Link as the character to test this out. So here you go guys, just to show you. It does work. I'm going to be changing colors now. The X button. And I noticed, honestly, I'm not one of those guys that can say like, oh, input lag this or input lag that. And I know that that's usually the people who like to play a lot online and stuff like that. I'm not one to know so much about that. Like, it doesn't really occur to me much. I don't know if that's something that actually exists. I think it does. I think it's not something that people make up, but I don't really notice it. But in all honesty, from what I can tell, I don't notice any lag. Because look, A. Like, I don't think there's any lag. You know, I'm pressing A over and over, and look, like, I don't notice any lag whatsoever. So, I don't know if online has any difference. I think it does. But, I mean, you know, I'm moving all the buttons the right way, and it seems to be working. For the second player, you know, which is me, I'm going to be using using Zelda for the second controller. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and we're going to pick a really simple stage. Let's go ahead and pick, I don't know, I'm going to pick something that doesn't do anything crazy. Let's pick Big Battlefield for that. You guys can see my reflection. Hey, it's me. Okay, so anyway, now showing this. So here you go. I'm just showing you that the analog works. No problems there. Here's the D-pad now. Like I said, you'll notice a clicking sound because it's a little cheaper build quality than, of course, in the official one. But I mean, everything works. All the buttons. Here's, you know, I tested all the D-pads. Here's Y, B, A, X, R, Z, R, L, Z, L. Here's the pause, which is plus. And I don't think that button does anything, the select button. But as you guys can see, and here's the home button. So yeah, it works. So just a little movement. You know, I think it's perfectly fine. I don't notice any issues whatsoever. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this match normally, I guess, just to kind of beat, you know, beat the second player, which is really me. But, I mean, as you guys can see, I'm playing perfectly fine. You know, no issues. It feels very comfortable. The thing I say is this, the most ideal thing this is for when you have multiple people over and you don't want to shell out $50 to buy an extra controller just for a multiplayer. And it makes perfect sense. But if you are looking for a controller to replace, let's say you have a broken Pro controller, or let's say you want one for the first time, and you're interested in this, I think it's a good bet. I mean, in all honesty, I don't have any issues with it. And like I said, I've already used it for over a month. It comes with decent packaging. It comes with a charger. Make sure you don't lose it, of course. Or make sure it doesn't, you know, get a rip or any of that. But it works perfectly fine. I don't really have any issues. I've had a friend come over and use it quite a few times now. Playing different games such as Smash Bros. Bayonetta. Wow, landing right on that bomb. Games such as Smash Bros. Bayonetta, Mario Kart, and Super Smash Bros. And it plays perfectly fine. No issues here. So I definitely recommend it. It's a great controller. Only cost me $8.99 on eBay. and I'm sure you can also find it on Amazon as well. It's just literally a generic Wii U Pro Controller. You know, where the Wii U logo would be, it's all black. Nothing really special to it. There's no like fake branding on it. It's just literally generic. So there it goes. I beat the second player, which is me. No issues whatsoever. I really like this controller. I really recommend it. In all honesty, I think it's a great controller. It's a great alternative to the Pro Controller, the official Pro Control. And one little quick thing to end it off for you guys. I'm just going to be showing how the charge cable looks. Here you go. So, Wii U Pro Control generic, and here's the charger. There you go. And just like an official, well, you can't go to the home screen here, but you can see it's charging. Now, I have noticed that the charge times are a little bit longer than the official controller, but it does actually charge and does actually hold a charge for quite a while. As I said before, I've only needed to fully charge it once so far. So it's a really great controller. Highly recommend it, especially for being a secondary controller for multiplayer. Not a bad first controller though, but of course if you're going to go for quality best will always be best on the official controller, no doubt about it. But for a generic substitute, this is probably one of the best, if not the best generic controller out of any console I've played. And I bought generic controllers for lots of systems such as Sega Saturn, such as GameCube, such as Super Nintendo. I bought a lot of controllers. I'm a collector and I like to play retro stuff as well. So I've bought a lot of controls is what I'm trying to say. And I think this is probably the best generic controller I've played to date. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this like about 11-minute review of the Wii U generic controller for, Wii U Pro Control for Wii U, obviously. It's like I said, available at eBay, Amazon. The seller that I bought it from does not sell it anymore, so unfortunately I cannot put up the link for that. But just go search it up on eBay, you'll find it. I bet they're all the same. Yeah, it's a great deal. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope to do more videos like this soon, and I'll see you guys later.